Welcome to another story made by Oracle 1. In the fractured shadows of Prussia's war-torn landscape, where borders dissolved like morning mist under the sun's harsh gaze, a young Baltic girl named Alina traced the footprints of her missing brother. The world she navigated was a jagged puzzle of splintered alliances and shifting loyalties. Her guide was a simple, yet remarkable thing. A handmade compass, its amber face glowing faintly in the restless twilight. It was all she had and all she needed to unravel a mystery that entwined them both. Alina grew up in the sleepy village of Windenau, nestled between dense pines and the rippling rivers that clove through the Baltic lands like veins. Her family had lived there for generations, marked by the harsh northern winters and the turmoil of the times. The war had seeped into every corner, drawing a thick, unyielding curtain of fear over the countryside. When her older brother, Marek, disappeared 3 months prior without a word, the quiet hush of their home was replaced by wild worry and lingering suspicion. No one knew where he had gone or why. But Marek was no ordinary boy. He was a messenger, a secret courier working for the resistance against the encroaching forces. Before vanishing, Marek left behind cryptic notes, each scrawled on scraps of paper, folded tightly within an old leather pouch. Each carried a symbol, a word, a fragment of a map. The only constant in his clues was the amber compass he had entrusted to Alina, its needle stubbornly pointing not just to magnetic north, but as though guided by some unseen force toward a destiny. Alina, barely 16 but armed with fierce determination, resolved to find him. She would follow his trail, using every wisp of hope and every fragment of courage she could muster. The morning Alina set out, the air was biting and sharp, heavy with the scent of smoke and pine resin. As she stepped beyond the familiar village boundaries, her fingers brushed the compass resting against her chest. She recalled how Marek had fashioned it himself from a polished piece of amber given by their grandfather, setting the glass needle within its center. "Let this compass lead you where words cannot," he had whispered under a sky tattered with gunfire. Her journey led first into the dense woodlands of East Prussia, where the war had carved scars into the earth, trenches sunken into mud, abandoned outposts with toppled guard towers, and the silence of villages emptied by fear and flight. At night, when the cold seeped through her threadbare cloak, Alina would hold the compass close, watching the amber glow pulse faintly beneath her fingers. The first clue had marred a meager map with a symbol representing the old town of Tapiau, its medieval walls now a ghostly outline on Marek's note. Approaching Tapiau, Alina skirted the edges of destruction. Homes lay in ruins, and the echo of distant artillery boomed like relentless thunder. It was here she met Helmut, a gaunt man with wary eyes and a face creased by grief. He was a fisherman who knew the waterways like the lines on his palms. When Alina showed him the compass, Helmut hesitated before nodding slowly. "Your brother," he said, voice rough, "he passed this way. Left a mark near the river's bend." Together, they ventured deeper into the labyrinth of broken roads, following the compass's needle as it pointed toward the river's twisting course. There, amidst uprooted trees and shattered carts, Alina uncovered a small, hidden cache, a wooden box carved with the same delicate pattern adorning her compass. Inside lay another note from Marek, urging her to seek the ancient monastery at Heilsberg, where the resistance held secret gatherings. The monastery, perched atop a hill wrapped in mist, was a relic of faith and endurance. Its stone walls bore witness to centuries of prayers, but now they sheltered whispered plans and shadowed meetings. Alina approached cautiously, the compass's glow steadying like a heartbeat against her skin. A hooded figure at the entrance regarded her with measured suspicion before recognizing the compass's emblem. Inside, the resistance leader, a sharp-eyed woman named Anya, listened to Alina's story and pieced together the puzzle. Marek was carrying messages to allies beyond the front lines, she explained. His last mission took him toward Königsberg, but the path is perilous. Anya handed Alina a faded photograph of Marek beside a carriage. This might help. With renewed urgency, Alina pressed on. The road to Königsberg was a treacherous expanse scarred by relentless conflict. Refugees and soldiers alike trod its length, some driven by fear, others by unyielding hope. The compass continued its silent guidance, turning Alina's cautious steps into a resolute stride. In the city outskirts, rubble and gunfire formed a grim backdrop. Alina navigated the narrow alleys, her heart pounding with every whispered rumor of Marek's whereabouts. She found herself at a clandestine safe house where survivors spoke of a young man matching Marek's description being taken by enemy soldiers. The last clue Marek had left was a symbol, an interlaced pattern suggesting the old fortress by the harbor. Determined, Alina slipped past guards and collapsed walls toward the fortress, the compass's amber light now steady and bold. Beneath the fortress, she discovered an underground network of tunnels used for resistance movements. There she found Marek, weary but alive, guarded by fellow fighters readying themselves for a final stand. Their reunion was quiet but fierce, bound by shared trials and silent promises. Marek revealed the crucial information he had carried across shattered lands, plans that could turn the tide of the ongoing war. Holding the compass between them, the siblings faced the uncertain dawn together, their resolve now a beacon of hope amid the chaos. For more stories, like and subscribe.